Hello out to all you wonderful people. This is Andre the Game Idea Guy. Thank you once again for lending me your time and your ear listening into another Gamer's Thoughts discussion. And I'm going to talk about something that I know not anyone else is talking about, or at least I haven't heard anyone else talking about it, but it would be something that would actually make a lot of sense. And I think I may have caveat to this is I would say give it adjustable resolutions and detail. Make it more like a PC in that respect at that point, where you have adjustable resolutions and things within in-game, because I think once people get this device in their hands and they want to play it at 4K on a screen that's 7 to 8 inches in their hands, and they decide to play it on 4K, they'll realize that it burns their battery out. I truly do think that they'll realize that. So they'll want options to take their game all the way down to 720p. But I would also have it set up so that this game console, this handheld that they would have, works with Game Pass and the XCloud. So honestly, it does highly benefit Microsoft to have this. They'll have their stuff out. They'll have their tablet I'm pretty sure that the hardware that they have in the Series X and S are tablet-based parts anyway, or at least laptop-based parts anyhow, so it would not be an impossible form factor for them to reach. And another thing is there are SSDs that are physically small enough at this point that they could theoretically put one in there and have it be swappable. It wouldn't be the same as the design as the one that they currently have, unless they wanted to just make a specific slot for that. But it's something that they could do. But the base memory doesn't need to be a terabyte for this. It could be the same as the Series S. Make it 512 gigabytes? But we all know that that's going to get eaten up by the operating system, but still. Do that. So, and have it have an OLED screen. Give it all of the benefits that the Nintendo Switch OLED has, just it doesn't have a dock. I mean, you don't necessarily need a dock for this because, you've already got the other versions of the platform. So it's kind of one of those things that's a little pointless to have a dock for it. Oh, and give it its actual worth price on there, where people will probably not understand this, but this device will probably be at least $600, just because of its form factor and all the things that come with it. It'll probably be at least $600. I mean, if Microsoft can squeeze it down to like $400, great, but we'll see. They might be able to get away with that. But outside of my cynicism, I do think that Series P, an Xbox Series P, actually would be a legitimately good idea for Microsoft. It'd be a way to get them into the Japanese market better, because their saturation there is awful. And likely Japanese players are not going to give a crap if this console is running up at 4K. But if you have it on there for the westernized audience, you got a win-win, at least in my book. Because if this platform were to come out and it did everything that people claimed they wanted out of the Nintendo Switch or the Switch Pro that they fantasized about, it'll be great, right? You'll get all the performance boost, all the games will run awesomely, but oh wait, hold on. The Series S and X have performance issues with the games coming out on them. That's something to think about. That's right. They're all having performance issues across the board. Hell, there are even games on PC that have performance issues even when you have the best equipment. I wonder how that would work out. But then again, I also don't claim to know how all these parts work. Hey, maybe they could figure out something that allows the games to run well at those higher resolutions, that won't make it run hot in people's hands and won't kill the battery in less than an hour at 4K. I could be wrong. I could be right. I mean, it's at least something worth trying out and figuring out, right? And Microsoft is definitely the company that has the money to pull it off. They could get this product out in less than a year's time if they really wanted to push it. I'm very certain they could. And it would definitely have to be a little bit bigger than the Switch. There's no way around that. It would probably more than likely have to be bigger than the Switch. But it could still be a portable tablet that you can play your games on. And giving it access to XCloud and being able to stream stuff, it might actually be worth it. And if Microsoft takes my advice on this and they were to do this machine, also take my advice that you should, put in a slot for a SIM card so someone could actually get a SIM card for it, put it in, and have internet access directly on it. And not just have it work over Wi-Fi. But also with that, hey, maybe do some partner deals with certain phone companies. Again, these are all things that I think would be good ideas. And again, besides my cynicism, because of how people's attitudes have been, it could actually work. I do see the possibility of something like this actually working. It really just depends on who would put up the time who would have the time to do it. But again, I think Microsoft has the resources to get this done right now if they were to put this into action. I don't, but they do. The only thing I'm in position to do right now is just to provide the concept. So I want people to see what they're asking for. And I doubt Microsoft would do it just because I say that. But I would love for people to see what they're asking for and why there would be issues with it. Now, if you don't want it from Xbox, there's a problem. There's a legitimate problem. So people drag Nintendo and say Microsoft is better than Nintendo in every way. I could say they are in some ways and not in others, but that's neither here nor there. That's not this discussion. I'm just saying it would be a plausible idea to run with. And hey, Microsoft might be able to swoop in and grab those customers that Nintendo's missing. You never know. I mean, if people are sitting here clamoring for it, and I was in Microsoft's position, I'd be looking at it like, okay, if this is what people are saying that they actually want, and we have a tough time in Japan, and we know that they like smaller or mobile technology for their gaming, why don't we design our own and put it out on the market? I remember there being like some concept designs for something similar to this back when the Xbox One was the new platform for them. So again, to me, it would make sense. It's at least something interesting enough to consider. I mean, they've already looked into it before. So again, why not take the leap? See how far it gets you. But I'm done here. I don't really want to drag this one too much longer. So you guys go ahead and give me your opinions. Otherwise, thank you very much for listening in. Keep your eyes and ears out for more stuff from me. And until the next time, enjoy your games. Peace out, everybody.